Much progress has been made, and I think we're nearing home stretch here. So let me discuss a little bit about what we have here. This entire section coming out of the wall outlet, server power supply with a Tenergy meter on there. It just basically shows some rolling data or some stats. And Blue Seas distribution fuse block. So a lot of the stuff is just dangling down and feeds basically whatever I need it to feed. This is a DC load, so you can use this thing to test batteries, constant current, very convenient way of kind of dialing in a thing. It's complete opposite of a bench power supply. So this supplies power, this uses power. So this is great for testing batteries. This is great for charging batteries, supplying things. They complement each other. Great addition to the bench. Both have been very useful to me. And then I have some old hobby chargers, RC chargers that I've had for quite some time. Just use it for 6S charging or less. I can do single cell testing with this thing as well, but they're around and I'd like to use them, which is why I did this whole distribution thing out here, because most of the time I just don't have enough DC outlets to plug in various chargers and things like that. This is a buck DC to DC converter. I like it quite a bit in the sense that I use it for bump charging. I'll put a bunch of cells in parallel, 20 of them in a cradle, and I'll throw some small voltages at it to slowly bring it up. It's a good charger, but I also use it for a lot of different things, and that's also connected to the 12 volt side. And I can move the iron from 12 to 24, but I just love having a soldering iron that's powered off battery. It works really good. These are two of my better chargers. These things are fantastic. They work extremely well. It has two independent channels, channel 1 and channel 2. Each side does 10S. So, I mean, you have a tremendous amount of flexibility with this particular unit. So I don't want to get into that too much right now. And this was my first iCharger. These things look very similar in terms of the size and form factor, but don't be fooled. The firmware and software on this thing is substantially better and more flexible than a charger like this. You really do get what you pay for. Things like external discharge functions and features. What else do we have? We can even change the voltage if you want to terminate at 4.1 or 4.12 or 4.15. You have that flexibility. With this one, you don't. And over here we have some Lidocala chargers, and I'm just blown away with how much I can actually charge and test and do at the same time. Usually after work or whenever I play with this stuff, I have limited time, and I've always been kind of messing around with batteries. And if I have, originally these things were my main power for my batteries for charging and things like that, but I could only hook up one charger at a time or two chargers at a time. I wasn't very well set up for that. So now that I am, I'm pretty excited that I can throw a bunch of stuff to charge, do it all at the same time. I have plenty of power available to me. The orange batteries are extremely powerful, and it's a nice complement to this particular charger here. So I don't know the stats or the specs off the top of my head, but look it up. It's quite impressive. And pretty much finished up. This shunt trip thing worked out pretty good. The DC to DC works out pretty good. I moved the fuse blocks. That was one of the changes from the previous video. This stuff all works out nice, and I haven't had any problems with it so far, but I haven't really used the heck out of it either. So Appreciate everyone watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more videos.